Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just feel a sense of release. As feelings of tension, stress, or worries start to feel that they're leaving your body in that outward breath. When you breathe in slightly deeper than before. And as you exhale, allow that outward breath to just carry on a little bit longer. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, it releases tension around your jaw, nostrils, neck, and even chest, so that you end up breathing even deeper. The deeper relaxed you become, the more your mind awakens. Allow that awakened mind to harness your imagination as you think of an old village centuries ago. Just imagine in that village is just a small cottage with a few hens laying eggs. And I want you to imagine the lady in the cottage putting all of those eggs in a single basket. And I want you to imagine that there is a neighbor on the other side of a river. And every now and then, the lady would send eggs to the other side of the river for their friend. And I want you to get a sense that if the basket is made of a solid, floatable wooden basket, the eggs go across the river with no problems at all. But I want you to imagine what would happen if the basket that the lady was using is the kind of basket that would deteriorate in water. I want you to imagine a basket made of paper. I want you to see the eggs in that paper basket. And allow the eggs to represent the value you place on yourself. And imagine the lady putting that eggs in the paper basket, nudging it across the river. And what would be absolutely fine in a wooden basket doesn't quite work in the paper basket. So imagine the paper getting soggy, getting wet, and just halfway across the river, the weight of the eggs on that soggy paper floor of the basket gives way, and all of the eggs fall to the bottom of the river. And I imagine that you would come to two conclusions. One is the ancient proverb to not put all of your eggs in one basket. And secondly, to make sure that the basket is not something that can deteriorate. So as you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to imagine that there is a value that you place on how you look. And just imagine that you have 100 eggs. I wonder how many of those eggs would be linked to how you look. And if it's more than 50, then you're allowing yourself to allow that thing to take control of your emotions. That the thing that's meant to give you value starts to take your value. And imagine that the definition of beauty is primarily linked to youth. Then the basket is made of paper, and the paper deteriorates. And I want you to think that if the goal is to get eggs on the other side of the river, maybe you have multiple baskets, and maybe none of those baskets are made of paper. So breathe in and breathe out and feel like you're going deeper and deeper relaxed as it comes into your mind that maybe business or entrepreneurial success could be a second basket. And maybe in the future that paper basket turns to something that could never sink. But in the meantime, the second basket of business and entrepreneurship means that whatever happens to the first basket, you've got a second basket that meets so many of those needs and values that you're less likely to be devastated even if the first basket were to sink. So breathe in and breathe out. And just imagine in this old village, you enter an old cottage and surprisingly see a state-of-the-art modern television. A big flat screen TV, and on that screen I want you to imagine seeing a female that you hold in high regard for their business acumen and entrepreneurial skills. And I want you to see them successful in business and realize that what you value in their business success is not based on how they look. The more you think about that person successful in business, the more you notice those other qualities that you admire. Maybe they are courageous, ambitious. Maybe they're creative or strategic. And just observe that person you hold in high regard and notice what you value in them. Because whatever qualities you value in them means that you would value those same qualities in yourself. So notice what they do and how they do it. Maybe they're cool under pressure. Maybe they figure out ways to outsmart the competition. Maybe they're at the cutting edge of innovation. Or maybe they just do something that's always been done in a brand new way that nobody's seen before. Notice those qualities and just decide what qualities you value in them, while simultaneously accepting the idea that if you value those qualities in them, then it would be impossible not to value the same qualities in yourself. So just imagine in that old cottage, feeling deeper and deeper relaxed. You start to recognize that your true worth lies in your unique qualities and talents you bring to the world beyond your physical appearance. That you can embrace the power of creativity, understanding that it is a vital part of your identity and a source of endless fulfillment. And maybe as you dive deeper into entrepreneurship, you discover more and more the immense satisfaction in problem solving and strategic thinking, realizing that these are also a source of pride and power. That as time goes on, your value is increasingly defined by your ability to make decisions, create opportunities, and grow through learning and new experiences. And maybe you begin to see the excitement, the fulfillment in building something meaningful, understanding that it brings more of that lasting joy than external appearances. And I wonder if you could find deep satisfaction in helping others and creating value, knowing that these contributions reflect a true inner beauty to add value to the world. That with each new connection you make, your value in the relationships and networks you build is enhanced. And as the relationships and networks enhance, so too does your feeling of value. And I wonder if it's possible to see wisdom as a precious asset, one that grows with experiences and enriches your life in ways beauty alone cannot. That as you achieve new accomplishments, you understand that they are a testament to your abilities, creativity, and hard work, which you value more deeply than just appearance. And maybe you begin to value your freedom and the ability to shape your own destiny through entrepreneurship, seeing this as a reflection of your true power and worth. Your focus shifts to the excitement of growth and learning as you realize that these experiences are far more enriching than physical appearance. You appreciate your beauty, but in time it no longer defines you. Over time you understand that your true value comes from within, but also the value contributed to the wider world. The status that once came from how you look could come from achievements and contributions. And it would be impossible not to see it as a reflection of your inner strength, mental fortitude, and inner resourcefulness. And the more you embrace the challenge of entrepreneurship, the more you see it as an opportunity to grow, learn, and make a real impact in the world, the less value proportionately is placed on how you look. So you end up finding joy, infinitely more joy in the freedom and creativity that business brings, knowing these qualities are essential to living a fulfilling life. And your problem-solving abilities and strategic thinking become the attributes that you cherish more and more, as they lead to meaningful success and ever-increasing fulfillment. And maybe you see yourself as a creator of value, someone who enriches the lives of others, and this becomes a core part of your identity. You take pride in your ability to connect with new people, feel a sense of ever-growing expansion and new challenges that can be overcome. As you realize that the growth, the learning, and the new experiences you gain through this world of business become even more sources of your confidence and self-worth, as you feel your self-perception shift, as you increasingly see yourself as a powerful, creative individual whose true value lies in your contributions, growth, and the value you create for others. And now on that screen, where once you saw that person in business that you admire, I want you to imagine yourself 20 years in the future. See yourself at the age you will be in 20 years' time, looking great for your age. But see yourself successful in business. See yourself as someone who a lot of your identity and self-esteem and confidence comes not so much from how you look, but the impact you've had in business and who you've become in the process. And if you can see that future version of you, where you can admire that version of you, let me know by nodding your head. And as you nod your head, feel that this future is a future that right now you are manifesting. This is not a possibility, but a destiny. An older version of you that looks great, but your true source of self-esteem and inner value comes from different parts of your life. Feel that a seed has been planted deep in your subconscious mind that is already starting to take root. And over the next few days and weeks, you'll notice subtle changes where the value of one thing becomes less valuable and the value of more from other things. It's now time to return to the present moment. So as you feel like you're leaving that old cottage in that old village, you notice that the lady in the village now has many, many baskets, all made of wood, all successfully crossing the river. And she looks happier for it. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose as you feel like you're returning to the present moment, realizing that this is just a journey inside your imagination, just thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, dreams within dreams, and it's now time to return to the present moment as I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, feeling empowered, and feeling that a new doorway of possibility has been opened. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.